And one hit was all it took for this mother of two to spiral into a drug-induced hell, which forced her to sell the family home and her car to support a $500 a day drug habit. But now, 3 years clean, she's using this experience to steer others away from what is really an insidious drug. And Andrea Simmons joins us now from the Gold Coast. Good morning to you, Andrea. I guess 40
Good morning, Cameron.
it's not the sort of time of life that we start thinking about people taking ice.
No, I guess not. No age is really, is it?
Well, why did you?
I guess, you know, at a weak moment in the wrong place at the wrong time, and, you know, just I was offered it, and, you know, somebody that I, you know, cared for and wanted to be with, and it was a bit of peer pressure and weak moment, you know, and I'd never taken drugs before, and, you know, I never imagined, I used to think, why do people do that? That's just so stupid, you know, but yeah, it happened to me, and I got caught in that trap.
You know what, in a moment of weakness it could happen to any person. It's this peer pressure that that we all fear because it's such a powerful influence on our life. What was the, you know, if you could just take us back to that moment and tell us what was your feelings as you decided, yeah, I'm going to do this?
I guess, you know, I had raised 2 children, 40, my marriage was on the rocks, and was going through a hard time in my life at that time, and you know, I met somebody and I was like head over heels in love with him, and you know, at a moment he, you know, passed over a pipe and said, you know, you trust me, don't you? Yeah, just let your hair down, relax a bit. And I thought, you know, I've never touched anything, what I've done in the past hasn't worked, and oh look, just let my hair down, you smoke it, so it can't be that bad, it's not like a heavy drug. So I thought I could control it, you know. I could just, it's maybe like a bit of marijuana, people do that and then they're okay, you know. And you don't see what happens behind closed doors though, and it just, you know, takes you into a spiral that you can't control.
All right, well, tell us how that spiral became for you. After that first experience, how long before you tried ice again, and how soon was it that you came to need it? Well,
after about 2 weeks after the first time, I came back to the coast, so this was all in Melbourne, and 2 weeks later I was back in Melbourne. The very next week we did it again, and then it became like every 4 or 5 days or so. And I think, you know, look, you don't have sense of time when you're on that drug, or the outside world, as a matter of fact. So, you know, people ask me, how much did you spend, or what did you do? And, you know, it's kind of like a big haze. You don't have any, you know, any perception of consequence or anyone else in the world, really. So it was months, you know, months later, you know, 2 months later, maybe I was using non-stop, you know, 3 or 4 days on, 3 or 4 days crashed, you know, where you sleep and just your body gives up. So it was doing that, you know, for a good 2 years.
What did you lose during this period? You know, you get a sense that you lost a sense of yourself. You must have lost, did you lose work? Did you lose friends?
Yeah. Well, I gave up my job here on the Gold Coast to move to Melbourne, and I thought I'd get a job down there, and I've run businesses all my life, and, you know, at the age of 21 I'd made my first $1 million. You know, I was raised 2 children as well in the process, and, you know, I was quite, you know, business-minded, and I lost, you know, I lost everything. I lost 3 homes, I lost everything I owned, all my money. I'm still in debt from it on credit cards, and I lost my kids, relationships, contact with my friends, I guess, but more importantly, I lost myself. You know, because you do things on this drug that you don't even believe that you could, you know. And at that time, it just didn't seem there's no consequence, you know. So, yeah, you lose yourself. So by the time depression hit and paranoia, and I couldn't get out of that, the drug just wasn't hitting it anymore. You know, the drug dealer said, "Oh, amp it up with a bit of G," and, you know, I almost lost my life because I took more than what my body weight allowed. I had lost so much weight. I was 41 kilos, and I stopped breathing. But that didn't stop me from the ice. I needed the ice to get up. You know, I needed that to get my head off the pillow and to function. My body hurt without it. I couldn't think straight. So, yeah, it was not a very good experience.
No, but you've been clean now for 3 years. Have you got yourself back?
Yeah, absolutely. Back and roaring to let people know, you know, that, you know, I'm not here to air my dirty laundry on, on national television, but to let people know, look, don't even contemplate touching it once, because it'll destroy you, you know, it'll destroy everything that you are and everything you have. It's not worth the price. Anything that you're going through, you can overcome.
Yeah, well,
most people lose their life.
That is a wonderful message, because so many people do lose their lives and so many people feel there is no way out. So you're sharing your experience with others. And what is your advice to someone watching this? Probably if they're on ice, they're not taking much notice of it. But what if we know someone who is? How can we help them?
Well, there are detox centres that you can take people to. The main thing, I think, that people don't get alienated. You know, family members, people in society, don't alienate these people. There is a beautiful person inside, and, you know, it's purely by the grace of God that I'm here today, because, you know, people helped me and they stood by. And when I was at my lowest and I couldn't take any more, they said, come on, we want to help you. And I got into help. So, you know, don't let go of hope and be there and love them through it, because when they crash, you want to be there. Take them into a detox centre, get them into a rehab, get them help and love them through it. We're actually, I'm the director of AAIC, Australian Anti-Ice Campaign, and we've connected with Rehabilitation Centre, Transformation and Optimal Health Group, and we're delivering education in schools nationally about the drug ice, what it does to your body and physically, but more importantly sharing stories about reality and what it does to people's lives, and impacting the youth and letting people know the dangers associated with it.
Well, that is fantastic. It's an inspiring story you have to tell, and you're an inspiring person. We should get you back sometime soon to tell us about making $1 million before you turn 21. That's a good message too.
Yeah, you can do anything you put your mind to.
All right, that's the take-home message. Thank you very much, Andrea. Good luck.
Thank you, Cameron. Bye.